Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome back to another Chubbs Reviews, where I bring a review every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And today we're going to be reviewing The Devil All the Time, a new Netflix movie. Came out, I think, on Friday, like a couple days ago, um, less than a week ago. And it is a movie starring Tom Holland. It's got Robert Pattinson in it. Those are the two main people. And it's really an interesting movie. The Devil All the Time is basically about obsession with religion, and it's based in the 50s and 60s, so it's kind of got it's it has that time period as well, and it does that time period really well. I loved it. That's one of my favorite time periods in like movies and gaming. um, but anyway, so yeah, it's basically about the obsession with religion, into where, like, you put your faith so much into a god or god, that you do some stupid shit or like crazy shit, and that's pretty much the premise of the story. uh, it shows all these different point of views. It shows a lot of our characters when they were younger and how they came up in their parents, and how their parents were like that, and then they show our characters growing up. Like, you don't really see Tom Holland until about 50 minutes into the movie, because he played, you see his kid character for a while, and then he grows up and becomes who he is. And the movie is, I'd say, one of its flaws in the opening and everything is just that it's very overwhelming, I would say, at first. A little convoluted. It's worth it though. Like, it's purposely convoluted. It shows you multiple point of views in the beginning, like just back to back to back, and you're kind of like, why am I watching this? Who are these people? How are they related to the story? But by the end, everything does connect. All of our characters, meet or come together, and at different times for really good climax moments, like climactic moments that are very tense filled, and they're good payoffs. There's only like two or three of those climactic moments that where everyone comes together, but they're really good payoffs. And yeah, I would say it's kind of convoluted at first, because you got to think about who's related to who, and why they're doing what they're doing, and why they're so crazy. um, the only other flaw, but at the same time I think it's also still done right, is they kind of hit every not generic but stereotypical crazy religious thing. Sacrificing animals. Um, what else did they do? Preachers touching on little girls. They just kind of hit everyone. They do it right, and it is sending a message. That church obsession with religion is bad, and also sometimes the church is corrupt. Those are the two kind of messages I got. Especially back then, doing shit that is fucked up, like in the 50s and 60s, was way easier to do than it is today. Not that those things still don't happen. You definitely still hear stories about, preachers doing extra shit, or just crazy religious people. Like, I'm religious myself, and we're gonna talk about it. I'm Christian, but like, I'm not one of those Christians. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not weird. You can believe whatever you want. I'm not gonna hate you if you don't believe in God. But anyway, it doesn't really even nail on like religion that much. Well, it does, but like, it's not trying to send a religious message as much as it's trying to entertain you, kind of shock you, and also just tell a story. Yeah, I would say it's pretty shocking. As much as you would think this movie has tons of talking, it does, but it also has a lot of obscene scenes, and like just crazy shit that goes on a little bit. Like, I did see a title of a thumbnail of a video that reviewed this recently that was like, scarred for life or some shit like that. It's not that bad. Like, it's not overly dramatically horrible, but they do show some crazy shit, and but it fits. It fits. Like, the crazy shit fits. The convolutedness fits. Um, Robert Pattinson's accent in this, he plays a preacher, and his accent kind of fumbles sometimes, I think. But at the same time, his character is also a pretty fumbly guy. Like, he's just kind of quirky and not, he's weird. So his accent's weird, and it kind of fits the character. So it's not, again, not a complaint. It fits, but it is weird. It might throw you off. Everyone has country accents in this. Obviously, it's very like southern. It's crazy to go from Top Boy, which was a UK television kind of hood show, to a very southern religious 1950s America, type of show. It was really good. It was really interesting. Tom Holland can fucking act, man. He can do more than just be Spider-Man boy. He could be sad and go through a traumatic story and act and put on this accent. And yeah, he was the star of the movie for sure. And he didn't let me down. I think this movie's cool. It's not like, it's not gonna blow you away. I think it'll entertain you and keep your eyes on the screen the whole time. I guess some parts are kind of slow, but I would say you're still always curious to what the fuck is gonna happen next, because this shit hits you with some crazy kind of turns and events, and it could all be looked at as like one big like God story. Like I don't know the way they set it up. Like this woman doesn't go through with this promise she made to God, and then all these bad things start to happen to people that she knows. It doesn't really happen to her. It just kind of happens to everyone else around her. And they briefly mention it. Like a lot of times they briefly mention like one line things, and if you don't catch those one lines, like you will be somewhat lost to what is going on sometimes. That's what I mean by convoluted. Is maybe I'd watch this with one or two friends to try to help you understand it. You guys can talk to each other about it. Maybe I just think overthinking it, but I mean, I understood it, but I just know it took me a little bit, and there was a lot of like like moments like where things kind of just finally just hit me, and yeah, I guess I don't know. It was good. Everyone acted pretty good. Not too many complaints, but it just didn't blow me away or nothing. So overall, solid movie. Check it out if you got some time and you're interested in crazy religious stuff from the 60s. 65 to be exact, around there, and a little bit less than that. So yeah, definitely worth your time. Maybe final verdict for me. I'm just gonna hit the final verdict. 8 out of 10. It's just a solid like 8 out of 10 movie. It's pretty good. Definitely cool to see these two characters and these roles, and the shock value. And like I said, didn't have extreme amounts of talking. I guess some parts are kind of slow, but just get through those, and you'll like the ending, the outcome. I kind of like the ending too, even though I just that voice crack. I kind of like the ending too because it's a little bit open ended, but in a good way. You can kind of guess the ending whatever way you want, and you could be right no matter what. I thought that was a really cool aspect of it. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. This is an 8 out of 10 movie. Another Netflix movie. I know I just hit 2 Netflix things in a row, but shit, they're pumping out the content, and that's what I own. So yeah, like, comment, subscribe down below. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.